Aloha, everybody. Yeah, it's just the beginning of a new Green Garden Guy series, I believe. As you may recall, in the past I have had the Grumpy Gardener Medicine Show and the general regular Green Garden Show with, plants and whatnot. And then every once in a while I will pull out my guitar and start picking. Well, I'm adding What's New. Yeah, this is What's New at the Green Garden Guy's house. The rain out back, which I'm sure you can all hear, is not new. Now, they say it could develop into thunderstorms here today on the Big Island, and so that's new. We don't get that too often. I know when you get them thunder boomers every once in a while, people get kind of worked up. It might happen. It's been raining, though, for, at this point, I believe, weeks. I've lost count. Yeah, my cat is permanently wet. I'm going to get myself an auto cat dryer because I'm tired of toweling her, poor Gracie, every time she comes in from hunting. Well, like I said, that's not new, but top of the list. I have had requests, comments, back from viewers about the pixel size of my videos, and that it's too small. The can't see it. And, well, I kind of brushed it off. I will explain that. But recently I finally took it to heart, and I did something. All right. See, what's behind it all is that I run a DSL internet over here, which is what the telephone company provides. And when I had it installed, there were two things. They only had one DSL service, and it had a 1 megabyte upload cap. Couldn't push more than 1 megabyte up at a time because of that cap. Well, what that meant is every time I developed a video and started to push it up against that, I'd turn off almost everything coming down in the house, and so that created chaos in the house. It also took me forever to put up high-definition videos. I mean, a high-definition video of, maybe 12 to 15 minutes could take as much as 8 hours overnight to stream up. And so I get tired of it. And I just reduced the size of my videos. Because half the time lately, it's just a picture of my face. I'm just here talking. As long as the audio's quality, I figured that's all right. Who wants to? I mean, you don't want to see my face anyway. Look at this stuff. We're talking years of cutting firewood at 40 below zero, and with frost all over my beards and things, left wrinkles and pleats in my face. 40 years of smoking cigarettes, and God knows, being up all night long, playing in seedy bars with the band and whatnot. My face is not that great to look at anymore. There's only two people in the world that love my face. It's my kitty cat, Gracie, and Ellen. Gracie don't know any better, and Ellen remembers before it was completely destroyed. So, a little bit of humor there. That said, what I did was I went to the phone company, and we talked, and see, the service I had was very, very, very rare because I was grandfathered to a rate. They gave me a rate for DSL and phone that was locked in for life if I did nothing. Now, when was the last time you heard anything like that, right? So I said, yeah, man, I can't beat that. I'm taking it. Well, it's just it. It's the upload is not working, and so they popped up in the news the other morning with where they're increasing the fiber optic network and blah, blah, blah. I took a look, and I saw they had a 20 megabyte download and a 3 meg upload available for my spot. And I called them up. I said, go for it. Put it in. cost me a little bit more, but it's not going to be that much more. And hopefully it's going to solve this problem. I'm hoping that I'll be able to stream videos up in full HD in the near future here. They're coming out to make the changes on in May 5th. So we'll see what happens. See, folks have been thinking it was my cameras, and it's not my cameras. Both of my cameras are professional Canon high definition. They're really good cameras. It's not my software either, because I'm running professional editing software, and I can really choose whatever frame rates and styles I want to. Nope, it was the internet. So what's new is you may soon be seeing much bigger and better looking videos from the Green Garden Guy. Hopefully that will increase my subscriptions and people will be able to run it on their televisions, and get a real good look at all the wrinkles on my face. So that's new. Following that, state blew it again. They just got done passing this bill and that bill and throwing this and that one out. And one of the ones that got thrown out all over again, the recreational cannabis bill. Yeah. I think Hawaii will probably be one of the last states, maybe next to Alabama or Mississippi or someplace, that will ever get around to doing that. A couple of reasons. I mean, we'd have been recreational right along with California years ago if we had the same constitution, but we don't. Hawaii was a territory, and they never included binding public initiatives in our Constitution. So we've told the government numerous times, look, get over it. Yeah, it's not a crime to grow an herb. But there's a group, as I was told by some of our local Puna politicians that sat there, I've been told that the biggest problem is one real tight, old, stodgy group of people over there on Honolulu that still believe that you will probably commit murder or rape somebody if you smoke cannabis. They still got the reefer madness belief, and so they're still living in illusion. And they haven't come around to the fact that there's just so much money involved in all of this for everybody. It's good for the economy. They haven't come around fully to pass that over either. I suppose when they run out of ways of raising tax money around here, they'll maybe come to it. But no, they just can't be convinced. And so it's true that there's a very loyal type thing here with the island and the federal government. Whatever the feds say, that's the law. That's what I keep hearing. And until the feds change their mind, nothing's going to happen over here. So that's old news that's new news. They just threw out another recreational cannabis bill. So in the meantime, all of you who are sitting in jail over here in Hawaii for a single joint, or having sold a bag to your buddy or something like that, you're just going to have to sit there and rot. The only way we get by around here is medical. If you got medical, you can do this thing. Otherwise, it's the only way so far. Let's hope for the future. It's going to have to hinge on Congress. The House is good with this, but in the Senate, I don't know. We'll see. Things are in such a disarray and turmoil in Washington. It's almost as hard to predict what's going to happen from there as what's going on with the stock market. Because any of you know who are invested, 401ks or whatever you've got, boy, she took a big dive. My problem in all of this is that, my usual philosophy on life is when I don't really know what to do, I don't do anything. I sit there and I just watch. Usually that works. Yeah. And in the stock market, it also works because, what goes up comes down and what goes down must go back up. It always does. It always goes back up. The day that it doesn't, it'd be similar to when corn doesn't grow for the Hopi. For the United States, the world will have ended. Yeah. So you got lucky enough to dump Netflix, for instance, before the plunge, or if you got lucky enough to cash in your Amazon a while back, because boy, they took a hit over the fact that sales had declined. Well, like I say, if you didn't, then I'd take Warren Buffett's approach. According to Buffett, he doesn't pay a lot of attention to this peak and valley stuff in the market from day to day and week to week. Buffett's comment is, I invest in companies. Well, that's pretty much what I do. And I'm quite confident that most of the companies I'm well invested in are good ones. Maybe not all of them, but most of them are good ones. And so, whatever happened here is it's a temporary condition. Just a question about how temporary. It could get way worse before it gets better. Well, otherwise, y'all may have noticed that I actually picked my guitar back up again for the first time in months. That was again on a request from one of the viewers. Said, Bill, play some blues. The world needs some blues. So I did. For better or for worse. No big deal. So that's new a little bit. No big thing, The other one that I'm pondering, now, I stepping back half a step here, the main reason I don't post a lot of music videos, I guess, it is, aside from not being well in practice, is that I don't get much response from them. The main reason you saw several videos in a row about houses and land here is because they seem to be popular. They draw a lot of attention. So what the heck? I put up with the people like to see. There are a few people who enjoy it when I play music, and I get those comments, but it's not very many. So they're minimal. Yeah. The other one that's just like that, though, is cooking shows. Now, I cook. I started my work life, my career as a cook. I started in restaurants as a teen. And I've done a lot of cooking in my life. Never been a chef or anything on that order, just a cook. But at home, I'm the cook. Yeah, I do almost everything around here. Now, if there's something special, like it's going to be a pineapple pie or something, Ellen makes these things. But, day to day, in and out, who made the spaghetti and where'd this fish come from? That was me. So I'm cooking constantly. And I had one of the guys there in the UK asking me after he looked back and he found my old pesto recipe. I mean, that goes way back. We're talking more than 10 years. Because I didn't get any response on almost any of the cooking shows I ever did. I don't know. Maybe I did them wrong. I don't know what I did wrong. People told me they were too long. Okay, well, I stopped. Yeah, I gave it up. I just said, forget it. I'm not doing any more cooking shows. Nobody gives a darn. Well, I had a request. And, well, it just so happened that I had just finished a pot of soup that when we put it on the table and had guests over, everybody was nuts about it. They said, man, this is good. Well, it turned out, a man in the UK wanted me to post videos about cooking out of the garden. Well, it's pretty much everything in that kettle came out of the garden. So I may do that coming up. This is only a possible, but I am thinking about adding some Garden Guy Cooks. I don't know. What do we call that show? Green Garden Grits? What do they call it here? Grinds. That's it. Yeah, grits is down south. I like that. Green Garden Grinds. Yeah, we got a feeling we're going to do that just because I like the title. Anyway, that's all that's new for today. I want to thank everybody for all the comments that came back on the last videos. I have not even started to respond. I decided to take a shower, get dressed, and shoot this video first. I am now going to go in and start to look at what you all had to say about the last shows. Hopefully I'll be all happy and smiley about it. Thank you. Y'all hang loose.